How I got into the fitness business, not the story you'd expect, probably. Undergraduate major in biology, absolutely loved science, loved sport, and loved animals. And I thought I was going to be a veterinarian. I'd applied to the University of California, Davis for a master's in animal genetics, and that was going to be my path. I was going to move from upstate New York and move out to Davis, California, and pursue my dream. But strange thing happened on the way to the forum. I was sitting around my apartment back in upstate New York one day looking at the graduate school guide. I don't know why I was looking at it again, but I did. And there was this course in exercise physiology, a master's in exercise physiology. And I thought, that sounds pretty interesting. Love science, love sport. I had just come off an experience at the university where I had actually worked with a veterinarian for a month, checking cows to see if they were pregnant, even assisted in spaying my own dog. And after a month of that, I had a little bit of doubt as to whether that's really what I wanted to do. But I was still going to go to Davis and get my master's. Well, when I saw this course in exercise physiology, I thought, that's it. Like blank, on the spot. That's it. And I applied for that and got in. And I remember my parents saying to me, what are you doing? This is, as I say, this is 1973. There was no fitness business really to speak of at the time. It was more, for me, it just sounded interesting. So I did it. I loaded up my dog, jumped in the car, and drove to Davis, California, and started the program in exercise physiology. Soon thereafter, met the woman who is now my wife. She wanted a master's in information studies. We transferred to Syracuse, where we both finished our masters. And while I was at Syracuse, I met a guy who was in the PhD program there in exercise physiology, who was doing studies on new pieces of exercise equipment. And he was studying Nautilus and a company called Paramount, which had a 10-station machine that was similar to a universal gym. And he was comparing strength gains in the two. And I helped him out with that. And I realized, boy, this Paramount was a pretty nice piece. I was kind of hard up for money. Syracuse isn't a cheap place to go to school. And I called the guys at Paramount and I said, hey, could I sell this thing? I don't see anything around here. He said, oh, sure, we'll set you up as a dealer. So there I was, my apartment on Comstock Ave with my wife, with my little dictaphone answering machine, making calls. I didn't think I'd ever be a business person or a salesperson. But I sold my first one to the Syracuse YMCA. It was my first sale, and I thought, I kind of like this. And one thing led to another, and I built the business, moved to New Jersey, started meeting up old buddies that I got into college with. We had bridge night every Monday night, and I was talking to them about how, hey, this fitness business seems to be, on the verge of taking off. And together we wrote a business plan. We had an idea for stores that would sell nothing but exercise equipment. So this is now, we're talking 1979. Interest rates are like 22%. And we're going around to investors saying, hey, we've got this great idea. What we're going to do is we're just going to open up stores that sell exercise equipment because, see, the baby boomers are getting older and they're going to want exercise. And these guys would look at us and they go, let me get this straight. You want to open up a store that sells nothing but exercise equipment? You're nuts. And so that happened repeatedly until we found an investor in Florida who said, I'll do it. I'll support it. And in late 82, early 83, we opened our first Concept 90. And then we opened up another and another and another. And I think we had 5 before we started selling some franchises. And along the way, I picked up this product line called Precor. And it was a new company that had a rowing machine, and we started to sell a lot of them. And wouldn't you know it, that I met David Smith, and 2 years later, he asked me to join Precor, and here we are.